police. Tonight, police say a gang war is unfolding in the Bronx with teenagers as the victims. Just in the last 48 hours, a 13-year-old and 16-year-old were both shot and killed on Sunday. And then last night, another 16-year-old was shot but survived.
Fuck yeah, you too. At that point, like, fuck the ops. You gotta be watching the people near you, like, when the pressure on, and not a lot of people can handle pressure.
I just want my whole hood to be on.
Oh, was that other one that dropped an hour ago? What other one?
Nigga that make the change for everybody.
Wait, is this not the right one? Oh, I'm bugging.
432 days have passed since K-Flock surrendered himself to detectives
400
for murder
days?
that happened on December 16, 2021. While walking
Good looking,
with his
Berkio.
sister and her friend down 151st in Amsterdam, he crossed paths with another gang member who spotted him from inside of a barbershop. Words were exchanged, and just moments later, the man who was identified as Oscar Hernandez died from bullets to the neck and chest.
Bro, I didn't even know that nigga that he shot was a OY nigga, bro.
After 911 calls came pouring in, investigators quickly identified K-Flock in his $4,000 outfit as the main suspect.
Bro should have
They
stayed
then issued
inside.
a warrant for his arrest on first-degree murder charges on December 23rd, and without question, he self-admitted. He was only 18 years old at the time.
At least he turned himself
3
in,
days
though.
later, his lawyer would release a statement claiming the shooting was done in self-defense.
Somebody walked out to confront him. It's all on video. When the guy hits the ground, he's got a loaded gun that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
The surveillance footage that was released seemed to strongly back this up, seeing that he was the one who was approached and then threatened. Although his court date would continuously be delayed the entire 2022 year, it was likely he was going to beat the case.
You think it's self-defense? Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, the nigga pulled up on K-Flock. Nigga, Flock seen him, he kept walking, you feel me? Like, gangster. Like, y'all don't know who upped it first, but, you know what I'm saying? The nigga was dead ass minding his business, bro. Walking up the K, yeah, bro. I think it's self-defense.
And be released within a matter of time.
Yo, this
But
nigga's
the
tattoo
footage
placements are so
here,
odd,
It
bro.
was likely he was going to beat.
Like, yo, I swear, this nigga wears short sleeve, bro. And I bet the girls be thinking this nigga's tatted to the max, bro. Like, nah.
The case and be released within a matter of time. But the feds had other plans, and they want anything but to see K-Flock back on the streets of the Bronx. On February 23, 2023, the federal government stormed in and added a 15-page indictment on K-Flock and 7 others. Now being labeled the leader of an organized crime
Yo, Keeley, what's the word, gang?
The New York
How's
federal
your day
court
today?
is demanding that the 19-year-old rapper serve a minimum of life
You
in
too, DJ.
prison
How's your day?
or a maximum of the death penalty.
His tats look tough? Nah, his tats look metal, bro.
In a deadly shooting in Harlem.
Deal with indictment of hell.
Yesterday morning on
Regular car, we're gonna have to the south and violate him. We're gonna put him in the trunk and bring him to the block.
And it never helps that these niggas, social media, bro. They just gonna paint them as a fucking villain, bro.
They gonna come through here.
Real shit, though.
Before he was ever known as K-Flock, he was just Kevin Perez, born April 20th, 2003 in the Bronx, New York. Although the Bronx is the birthplace of hip-hop
How you
music,
been, Opie? I'm coolin',
40%
bro.
of the borough lives below the poverty line, making it a hub for crime and gang activity. Unfortunately, he was no exception to that growing up in this environment. His mom says he tried to play sports, boxing, and was also into fashion, but she never expected him to become a rapper.
He wanted to actually do clothing designs and stuff like that. Okay. I had him in boxing because that's what we do. Things like that, but nothing of music, ever.
School never interested him either. He already had an early mindset of getting out on the streets, and he did so with the hustle of someone twice his age. At just 10 years old, he had already been outside hanging on the block.
There was a point in time, bro. Oh my god, this Alexander McQueen shirt, I was fiending for it. Like, yo, bro, I was fiending for this shit, bro. He looked bad as fuck. He like a bad kid, bro.
K-Flock took note of what other rappers were doing at the time in Chicago. Because
crying.
while he was growing up in the Bronx, the Chicago drill scene was starting to take over. Although young, in his mind, he was old
That's
enough to
tough
start
fits for the
hustling and
time.
meeting new people in the neighborhood.
I'm telling you, bro.
Even though K-Flock was good at making enemies, he was even better at making friends. Aaron Howard, or Dougie B, is actually his blood cousin.
Aaron
They
Howard?
look like good friends. Then there was Quayshawn, or B-Love as we know him. He was the
Quayshawn?
oldest and had a lot of influence over them, including being the first one to pick up rapping. And lastly, there was also Jalen, known as PMVJ, who at one point was their friend. Needless to say, B-Love had already been in the streets and he had some connections and was already making a name for himself. To them, the streets were
Quayshawn
too
is
much
crazy.
fun. This was their mindset at a young age. Being
What's the
young
word,
and not
Mikey?
fully understanding the lifestyle that came with it, losing family and friends was part of growing up in the Bronx. Being from 187th Street, K-Flock repped a gang called Sevside in DOA. And like,
Bro, you know what's so crazy, bro? My mans live on Southside, bro. And the whole time, like, when I used to, like, always drop this nigga off and shit, it's like, I never even knew, like, Southside was like that. Dead ass, bro. Like, bro, I'd always hear ambulance on that side and, like, police and shit. But I ain't knew the Sev was, like, you feel me? On that. Like,
Guinea said, they were at war.
where's Southside? I never knew where it was. It's near, it's by 3rd Ave. By 3rd Ave, by, what's that projects called? I forgot the name of those projects. Fuck, I forgot the name of it.
With a few others. Sometimes
It
they
isn't,
even
well,
refer
I
to
don't know.
themselves
I forgot
as
the name of the
EBK,
projects, though,
or
but-
everybody killers.
How you EBK? Because anybody could get
Nah,
shot.
not Wash.
So you can imagine they had a lot of enemies, with the YGs and OGs being the main ops of Sevside. As I mentioned, B-Love was the first one to start recording music. but he
Cortona,
didn't
nah,
like the
not
way his songs
Cortona
were
either,
coming
not
out,
Cortona.
So he ended up giving it up for
It's some. Is it Cortona Projects? No, it's not Cortona Projects. It's some other shit. It's near Cortona, but not really, bro. Like, damn, I don't know the name
while
of it, bro. I
never
forgot.
released the songs. Meanwhile, PMVJ would actually be the first one to find some success with songs like OMBK. Seeing that PMVJ could get views like that only made them realize they could do it as well, seeing they all come from the same area. Shortly after, B-Love ended up doing some time behind bars, later claiming that someone had snitched on him. This made him hate the street politics, wanting to pursue music more so he could leave that behind. But while this was happening, K-Flock
Never
was
seen
running
Flock,
his ops
though.
down in the streets and would even go live on
Nigga,
Instagram,
I seen B-Love,
showing
I
him in hoods he
seen
wasn't supposed
Booba.
to be in, like he was bulletproof.
I seen
I make it know when
Wody.
I'm on his side.
No,
Camp more there, boys down, look, boys still down there.
I guess I've seen the Cortland
Boys
niggas.
down
I never really seen no
Although
Southside
negative, this
niggas.
attention would actually put his name out there, so his reputation.
My son
was
Keys
quickly
went to school with
building.
all these niggas.
In just a few months, Flocka had made a
with-
few hundred fans
with
that would watch
Dougie,
his streams where he taunted his enemies. The
Blockwork
idea of
and all them
making
niggas,
music
I didn't
still
even know.
wasn't on his mind though. The streets had his full attention.
I wasn't really the rapper. This is really the rapper right here.
However, the atmosphere of New York's music scene was quickly changing. Before this, auto-tuned melodic rappers like A Boogie and Lil TJ had been setting the tone. But 2018 saw the rise of Brooklyn drill rappers who began using UK drill beats, giving a whole new sound that quickly
Big
took
up
over
to
the
Mandem.
city. New drill rappers were popping up all over Brooklyn, while the Bronx was struggling to get anywhere close to that kind of recognition.
Old
But that
Eye.
was about to change.
What's the word, gang? What's the word, N-Dot?
In 2019, B-Love came home from his sentence, and upon his return, Dougie B convinced him and K-Flock to start rapping seriously. But things were only getting more complicated in the streets. At this point, their friend PMVJ started repping a new set, and Dougie B and others were upset about that.
What is your reason why you don't like me? Why, bro? You used to stay on me. I used to take care of you, all that. Tell me why you don't like me, bro.
You's a bitch. I don't care about you.
One day,
Oh, nah.
PMVJ was back in
Waiting for you to
Southside
shoot no gay
visiting
shit.
his
Nah, I
family
appreciate you,
when
gang.
Dougie
That's
B
not
and a
gay.
friend pulled up,
That's just real nigga
allegedly
shit.
asking PMVJ's mom if he was home. She, unknowing of the beef, told them that he was upstairs if they wanted to hang out. This would ultimately lead up to Dougie B taking the chain off of his neck and recording the entire incident.
See the chain, I see the face.
K-Flock, of course, would side with Dougie B, and the rest was history.
Damn.
Because of this, though, Dougie B
Niggas said they say Takeoff might still be alive, bro. Takeoff is dead, bro. I'm not trying to say it to kill your dreams, bro. RP Takeoff, the nigga's dead.
would actually spend some time in jail for the robbery. With Dougie gone, B-Love and K-Flock were still in the streets looking for a way out. But for an undisclosed reason due to being a minor, K-Flock was then also put into a juvenile detention center for a short period of time. With B-Love the only one still holding on to his freedom, he began freestyling over drill beats until K-Flock came home.
Y'all seen the leaks?
When Flocka was
Nah.
released, B-Love sat him down and told him he should really give rapping his full attention, and within time he booked a studio
Yeah,
session
RP
for him
Takeoff.
where he recorded his first track. On May 26, 2020, K-Flock dropped that song, which
The
was titled
Blicky Freestyle,
FTO,
or whatever?
a remix to 22G's Blicky Freestyle.
Yeah.
The song amassed over 100,000 views due to the hype K-Flock had already been building in the streets, and now everyone wanted to hear him rap. 22G's even ended up giving him props for the remix, a huge success for his first song. 1 month went by and B-Love dropped his first official song as well, No Hook, which also saw about the same success. They now had a platform to grow
Yo,
off.
I miss these Bronx drill days. Word of my mother, bro. Yo, oh my God. I remember the first time this nigga PK put us on, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all, this nigga put us on to when, like, before B-Love was even touching 1,000 views. Like, I'm like, bro, what is this, bro? But he'd always keep playing it. Then eventually it grew on niggas, and like, bro, that whole era was like a vibe, bro. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. That shit was just a vibe.
Of and put the Bronx drill movement on the map.
Take off
Dropping
chilling with
music
Pac
at
and
least
Biggie
once
in
a month
Panama.
and
I'm
collabing
crying.
on many of them, their names were quickly becoming the talk of the city. They also made
I went
sure
outside
to
and
shout out
see
Dougie
old
B
ass
in
niggas
verses
wearing
while he
blue
was still
crates.
locked away. So his past music was also getting recognized and gave him a small buzz for when he got out.
Those crates
But
were.
with all the attention they were now getting, it was also putting an even larger target on their backs. Every song became more specific, targeting different ops, but this is also what made it so popular in the first place. They made it a point to help each other stay on track, and no matter what was happening in the streets, they had to keep recording music if they were going to make it out. Dougie B was released around August of 2020, and when he saw the momentum B-Love and K-Flock had built up, he quickly rejoined the mix. This is when things would really start to take off, kinda like a trio except they all had their own individual careers. In March of 2021, the three of them dropped their song, Brotherly Love. The first month it was out, it got over 1 million views and really put them on the map.
I feel like a famous rapper from college.
People from outside the city were now tuning in, and their fan base grew a lot after this.
After this video, I
A
don't
big
even know.
reason the music was catching on was because they didn't just copy the drill sound that Brooklyn was seeing success with, but rather they put their own twist on it, making it an entirely new sound.
Give a fuck if he had on a vest.
And although other Bronx rappers were getting views too, it was really these three who took it to that next level. From here forward, their songs were easily gathering millions of views every time. But make no mistake, they were still in the middle of a war. Things between Sevside, the YGs, and OGs was heating up, and the music was only adding fuel to the fire for all sides. Unlike most gangs that you've heard about in the past, the ones doing the
Dougie
most
made for
damage here
rapping?
in the Bronx were actually kids from the ages of 12 to 18.
I don't know.
These kids are younger and wilder
That nigga don't put out no fucking music. How he made for rapping if he not dropping no catalog, bro? Like,
than anything you could imagine.
I
and
don't know
they're
what he
pulling
on.
triggers. During this time, K-Flock was having beef with his own cousin and rapper D-Thing, just because he was repping a different set, and that just shows how serious they took it.
It's no more free Dougie B, but it's gonna be an RIP.
Then there was another situation with rapper E-Dot, who at one point was friends with K
RIP
as well.
E-Dot, bro.
After an Instagram live showed E-Dot smoking and chilling with K-Flock's ops, their friendship was over as well.
16 with 2 million views. They never do that before. All my ops, 18, 19, 20, 21. I be for old great. All the nah, they not even my ops. I'm smacked. I'm high, y'all. My bad. They not my ops. Fans.
At this point, it seemed like everybody had a problem with everybody. But again, every single one of them was benefiting from these beefs. Bronx Drill had everybody tuned in, but at what cost? In July, a 21-year-old rapper named Ty Swish was shot in the head while outside of his apartment complex.
Yo, Wipes, you're so corny, bro. Like, I keep telling you this sometimes, bro. You're so corny, bro. What's the word, duty?
2 days later, a 13-year-old named Jarian was chased down and shot outside of a cafe.
Like, you gotta
in
get your
Belmont.
life together,
Hey, Joe,
bro.
it was a shooting that left a 13-year-old dead and
Danny,
parents
this
of
whole vid,
teenagers
word?
here horrified that someone could do this. The NYPD tonight is asking for anyone with information to help them find the killer.
It's not confirmed, but
This
it's
nigga's
rumored that this was
corny, bro.
probably retaliation for Ty Swish's death from just a few days before. On July...
This shit is a good... I mean, I kind of know all this shit already. I'm not gonna lie. Based off just, like, shit that happens over time. You feel me? You just learn to know what it is. But it's a good documentary, the way it's just put together.
11th, another 16-year-old rapper named Raw G's was getting into an Uber headed to a studio session. 2 kids on scooters rolled up from behind him and shot him. Raw G's had been mocking the death of Jarian on social media just an hour before.
Around 11:30 Sunday night by the corner of East 178th Street and Webster Avenue in the Bronx, police
Nah,
say
they already
2
caught
men
this nigga
pulled
lacking
scooters
though,
up
bro.
Next to a cab Medrano was taking to a recording studio. They then shot him in his head and chest, killing him.
A perpetual cycle of dissing and then death was happening. But while this war was brewing between everyone, K-Flock, Dougie B, and B-Love were on the brink of going mainstream. Something they had been risking their lives for in an attempt to make it out was finally about to pay off. Shortly after, K-Flock dropped his song Being Honest, and he would get his first collab from a mainstream artist when G Herbo gave him a verse. Following suit, Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign would also collab with him on the song In the Mood. Now he was getting radio play on Hot 97, and together with B-Love, he walked onto his first major show at Rolling Loud. K-Flock, B-Love, and Dougie B would all sign record deals shortly after, with K-Flock's rumored to have been worth a few.
K got signed for $3 million to Victor. We keep it low key. Dougie got signed for $500K. Victor wants to try and cool things over with K and Shy because he's trying to sign Shy K for 1.5. He wants B-Love in October. He said he wants Bronx package deal.
$1 million. Now they had the money and freedom they had.
Yo, I wish he was able to see what the potential K-Flock would have had, bro. The same like TK, bro. Like, we could have really seen what the nigga was gonna do, bro.
Working hard for, but it's a double-edged sword. The dissing and gang lifestyle.
Nah, Victor, Steven Victor don't be so it's hard to just if it's Steven Victor we talking about, I don't know who Victor is. Steven Victor's the same nigga that signed Pop Smoke. Nigga, if it was Steven Victor they was gonna sign to, they was not gonna get no bum ass 360 deal, bro. He would have did them niggas right, pause. That nigga, he feel me? He look out for artists, bro.
Behind at this point. But with money in his pockets, he was seen enjoying the finer things in life, taking trips to Miami, riding around in a new BMW, and spoiling his little sister and girlfriend with shopping trips. But the money and fame only made him an even larger target for his ops, which means he now had to think twice before doing anything in his home city. And you better believe they were watching.
Pop Smoke did not get signed by Cactus Jack. He was not part of them niggas.
The morning of December 16th,
I saw every song you hear him say Steven Victor.
Live, once again taunting his enemies to come find him. But he made sure to let him know he wasn't lacking as he revealed a gun tucked in his belt. Hours later, he was walking down Amsterdam Avenue and 151st Street. A shiesty covered most of his face, but a $1,500 Moncler jacket, unreleased Air Jordans, and a $1,400 pair of Amiri jeans may have still gave his identity away.
Damn, a Moncler $1,400 Amiri jeans, man. He made a song with Travis just one year.
The barbershop surveillance shows Oscar Hernandez come storming out to confront K-Flock. Although he walks outside of the cameras for a second, we can assume threats were being made on both ends. After Oscar turned his back to walk away, K-Flock pulled the gun from under his jacket and shot him twice, in the neck and back. Oscar would die later in the hospital while K-Flock quickly fled the scene.
Oscar Hernandez was inside a barbershop when the gunman opened the door and asked him, quote, "What are you looking at?"
Look how the news likes to misconstrue shit, though. What's the word, Jay? Look how the news like to get shit misconstrued and all that bullshit, bro. Like,
the victim went outside to confront him. He was fatally struck in the neck and the back.
Most underrated streamer, you know the vibes, gang. Appreciate you, my boy.
Investigators had access to surveillance from multiple angles. A warrant was issued only 6 days later. But the police.
The nigga is a criminal in my life. He is.
On December 23rd, K hired a well-known lawyer named Scott Lehman to represent him. They drove together to the 30th precinct where he surrendered himself.
They just twisting shit.
In this statement, his lawyer describes that police had received a tip that K-Flock wasn't actually the shooter in the surveillance footage, but that was quickly shut down. He was denied bond and waited behind bars while more evidence was collected by the police. Then in March, out of nowhere, K would fire his old lawyer and hire the same lawyer who represented El Chapo, a promising sign. In this Instagram post, his new lawyer stated that he was excited to work with K-Flock and was confident he would beat this trial.
So he did shoot him in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. You know, I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case, but the government claims that he pulled the gun out and shot him. But at the same time, the person that was dead on the ground had his hand on a loaded weapon, illegal loaded weapon.
K-Flock then posted several updated photos with the caption reading, "All good, don't believe the blogs or internet. Everything trendy, forever DOA." Over the summer of 2022, his attorney began...
Let me see what y'all niggas were saying. How you get unreleased J's, it means it's fake? Not really, though, but you feel me? Yeah. It'd be looking crazy seeing a scene, bro. One time I just seen blood in a body bag. I was shook low-key. I seen a body bag, too, in middle school, though. Some nigga got clapped on. I mean, God forgive me for saying clapped, but, like, right on, Wash. That nigga, I don't know what happened. I just think sending a 19-year-old to jail for life for a murder that was, in a way, self-defense is unfair. It is, bro. But they trying to make an example out of him, bro. That's what it is. When he fired the lawyer that did King Von, I didn't pay attention. You said if they came him bail, he would have been home. Yeah, not good. W lawyer, bro. Bro gonna rot in jail. Big DOA. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they making an example out of that nigga, bro. It's
and
over.
argue self-defense, claiming K had no intentions or premeditation to murder Oscar.
Yeah, that is a fact though. The nigga didn't have intentions to go find this nigga. This, bro, I'm not gonna say what I'm about to say because he passed, but like, he was looking for the problems, bro. Feel me? How you, bro? I don't wanna, bro. Aggressor turned to victim. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You said, yo, bro, what song is better, Shake It or Fuck Everybody? You said, what song is Fuck Everybody? He got no drip. What the fuck is this guy wearing? Bro, they're in street beef.
Feared for his life.
Man.
After all, he was in a dangerous part of town.
The RPT
and he was
niggas?
the one
Alright,
who
so
was
shake it.
confronted in this situation. Social media had been supporting Free K-Flock, and many believed him to be released sooner than later, but his court appearances were being postponed one after another. In November of 2022, fans tuning in would explode when the courts made an error showing his next court date to take place in December of 2028, leaving many to wonder if this was a mistake. But shortly after, the next court appearance was updated and corrected, this time set for November 16th, but even that would be delayed once again.
Waska?
The only update the world would get was a recorded phone call of K-Flock dropping bars saying he felt confident he would be home in 2023.
No, pick up like, have you on that old way? I know
Shit, let me get 0.5%, bro.
His next appearance was set for February 2023, and those tuned into the drill scene were patiently awaiting for the return of the Bronx's biggest drill artist. Instead, what fans and K-Flock would get would be a wake-up call that no one could see coming. Early on the morning of February 23rd, before K was set to appear in court, the federal government would release a 15-page indictment on him and 7 others of the gang's side under the racketeering influence.
Alright, I got a question. Yo, so Sticky B, I think I already asked y'all niggas this. But Sticky B, mind you, he's 30 years old, bro. He has a kid. The nigga is doing damn near life. No, he's almost 30. He's serving 30 years for K-Flock for not snitching, bro. Do y'all think that nigga's dumb? Or like, what y'all think? They giving them this nigga 30 years for, you feel me? For not snitching. You said dumb? Kemprez aka K-Flock, aka KK. My son Sticky B took time. Fuck dumb, he's retarded. He's 30. He's damn near 30. He's an old head, bro. He's not a young nigga. Yeah, Sticky B is not a young nigga, bro. W Mans. That nigga dumb, I would've snitched. Alright, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all niggas better snitch. Fuck is y'all niggas talking about? What? You better sing like a fucking canary, nigga. Fuck being a real nigga. You nigga got a kid, bro. Yo, his kid is gonna see this nigga behind bars for the rest of his life, bro.
And corrupt organization.
I'm not a thug, snitch.
Charges. And these are very
Yo,
serious
I'm a snitch advocate, bro.
Normally, the evidence behind RICO charges go back many years, but in K-Flock and Sevside's case, it was only 2 years worth of
Yo, hold on.
years.
Why'd he put this video? Yo. So he got life? He didn't get life, but he's gonna be in there for a very long time. We gonna be old by the time that nigga comes out, bro. Y'all remember this video? They played Shy K song, and this is K-Flock's reaction. Look.
K-Flock and Sevside's case, it was only 2 years worth of
Yo, I'm crying.
Leaving many to believe this was rushed in a desperate attempt to keep
K is facing life
and locked up. Regardless,
and
the
the death
government
penalty
had gathered enough evidence against him and his entire gang, wanting to make an example out of all of them due to New York having some of the strictest sentencing and an image to uphold. New York wasn't taking a liking to the image that K-Flock and his music were giving the city. After all, this is the home of the stock exchange and some of the wealthiest people in the country.
It's confirmed?
The last thing they
Not that it's confirmed, like he didn't get sentenced yet. He's facing, like, you feel me? They didn't sentence the nigga yet, but he's facing life to death penalty.
On his kids glorifying murders in their city.
New York City, they're not waiting for that. You're not gonna make the city where e-commerce and the stock market lives look like a crime-infested haven to the rest of the world. And when you're now a rapper and you're going on live to say, hey, I have a gun and I'm chasing it down, you're not gonna do it in New York City. You can do this in Chicago, you can do this in Houston, you can do this in Miami. You will never in life do this in New York City.
Now it suddenly made sense why K-Flock's court date was being delayed. What most initially thought would be no more than a few years quickly turned into a minimum life sentence, with the maximum being the death penalty. Neither K or his defense have responded as of now.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That nigga is gonna get guilty as charged, bro. Like, there's no way they're gonna let him beat that case, bro. And I feel like the reason why, I'm not a fucking lawyer, I'm not a fucking judge or none of that shit. But I feel like the reason why, even though the nigga pulled up on him first with his hand on the grip, apparently based off surveillance, the nigga shot him while the nigga was turned around. So he shot him in the back and the neck. Feel me? So, yeah, that's just my assumption on it. So basically, it's not really self-defense once a person's back is turned, but he still had a gun on him. He could have did something. Like, you never know. Like, after he turned his back, he could have still... Feel me? Like, I don't know.
Only a few recent photos of prison where K is seen here. Police are now gathering all 7 indicted members, and K Flock's life hangs in the middle. He wanted to be the one who made the change for everyone around him, but at just 19 years old, he may have already lost the chance of being a free man.
I just want my whole hood to be I want to be the nigga that make the change for everybody.
Damn. Yo, that nigga know how to make good videos, bro. Ah! Oh, fuck. Damn. I never heard that song. That's why I have to listen to a little bit of it.